everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by my review of F1, the movie, which, full disclosure, I have never seen Formula One racing in my entire life. The clock's in at around 2 hours and 36 minutes and essentially is around a character called Sonny Hayes, played by Brad Pitt, who in the 90s was destined for great things. He was in the world of Formula One, but after an accident, he decided to step away from that world. Cut forward to 30 years later of a character called Javier Bardem, who plays a character called Ruben, who owns a Formula One team. He needs a brand new driver. In steps in Sonny Hayes, who is going to try come to his rescue, but he's also got to work with a hotshot to try bring home a victory. Okay, so Joseph Kosinski. So if you've heard this name before, he's done like Tron Legacy. Most recently, one of the biggest movies he did was Top Gun Maverick. So when I found out that he was directing F1 the movie, I was excited. I was like, okay, I wonder what this guy is going to bring. Firstly, let's just get the positives out the way. I will say that if you're a Formula One enthusiast and you love the sport, I think maybe this movie might tailor more towards you. I would be really intrigued to hear about Formula One enthusiasts, what your takeaway is from seeing this picture onto the big screen, because I don't have that experience. Now, alongside that, the car racing, the racing itself is essentially what you come to this movie for, and the racing is great. Honestly, it feels at times like you're there on the track, you're racing, especially a shot in the third act. I felt I was like swishing around the corners, and I just felt like it was excellently done. The camera work, the sound design, which the score is done by Hans Zimmer, is excellently done. It's not one of his best scores, but it's still fantastic, and he still delivers yet another banger. The music intertwines into the race and into the character development, into the emotional beats seamlessly. So the camera rigs that they had set up onto these vehicles is truly just captivating, how they were able to pull off such a feat like that. The performances throughout, everyone does a really good job. Now, I'm not going to say that anyone gives a career best performance, including like Brad Pitt, Damson, Idris, Kerry, Condon, Javier, Bardem, anything like that. They all do fine performances. Everyone is really good. Again, no one stands out, but I think in a movie like this, you don't really expect anyone to stand out. And that's not a detriment against F1, the movie, whatsoever. I just think it's kind of the expectation is people are coming to this for the racing. But if I'm going to lean into the negatives, I do think that some of that character development, however, is squandered in a 2.5 hour picture. There's definitely a few too many characters here that they focus on a little bit too much than they actually needed to. And there is a romance that I don't think fully works, and I get why it was done, and I appreciate, I didn't mind it, but I definitely feel that takes up some of the runtime, which ultimately we didn't really need. Some people might be like, well, hey, let's get past this, let's just get back to the racing. And I mean, I wouldn't blame them for that, because there is some stretches of periods where you get like near enough most of a full race intact and you're like, wow, this is great. Then there's some moments where they kind of zoom by some of the racing, which I do feel is a little bit of a detriment ultimately, which again, some of those side plots maybe didn't need it. So ultimately with F1, it serves its purpose. It does exactly what it does. Will it get people into Formula One? Yeah, maybe, I would check out a race or two, so at least I can kind of get the grips and see what this is actually all around. Maybe I will then maybe sink myself into that world, or maybe I won't. Ultimately, visually, spectacularly, it's a treat, right? It's a really good movie, but it's not one where I'm going to sit here and say to you guys, right, I'm going to watch time and time again. This is going to go on like once a month, once a year, and I'm going to, go to this kind of movie. I just didn't get that feeling from F1. So my overall score would be between a 3 and a 3.5 stars out of 5. And that is purely because, as I've just said, it's not a one that I'd rewatch it. It's not a one that I would rush out and buy on physical media personally. So then I wouldn't give that like a 4 or 5 stars, because those kind of movies I would be rating that high. But have you seen F1? What did you think of the movie? Let me know down below in the comment section so we can continue discussion down there. Big thanks to everyone who has watched this video. Big thanks to all my awesome patrons. Really appreciate their support. And until the next time that I see you guys, you can click over here, have a bit of a deep dive, see other videos on my channel that you may have not known about. But I'll be seeing you later.